Okay, hello guys. Great to have you here. Today we have one more class of feelings. In this case, class number 3. Thank you very much for being here. Today we're gonna learn 7 more adjectives about this topic, okay? You will describe how you feel. Yeah. 7 more adjectives that are going to help you with this. Bienvenidos chicos, esta es la nueva, una clase más de la clase de sentimientos, de feelings, ¿ok? Adjetivos que te van a ayudar a describir cómo te sientes en estos momentos, ¿ok? Vamos a ver cómo se utilizan, qué preposiciones se usan. Participa muchísimo, escribe en los comentarios tus respuestas. Si estás en vivo, genial, te voy a estar leyendo aquí. Please, guys, if you're on YouTube or Kik, please like the video right now, ¿ok? Lo primero que vas a hacer es darle ahí al botoncito de like para poder tener más interacción en el video. Si están por aquí por TikTok, chicos, no se olviden, pueden ayudarme con... Ok, thank you very much, Nathy. Justamente le quería mencionar eso, ¿no? Pueden ayudarme con los regalitos. Ayúdame muchísimo con los quiéreme, chicos. Mándenme por ahí, hay otro regalo de Fest, algo así, para que la popularidad del live pueda seguir aumentando y se recomiende a más personas, ¿ok? Es todo lo que les pido, chicos. Let's start with the first sentence, okay? Or, well, the first adjective. In this case, the first adjective here is motivated. Okay, what does motivated mean, guys? What does motivated mean? Motivated. Okay, motivated is when you have a lot of motivation. Okay, Benjamin Villa, thank you very much for being here. Hello, welcome. Okay, when you have a lot of motivation, or for example, okay, having, in this case, having a strong desire, okay, having a strong desire, okay, especially strong desire to do something, okay, strong desire to do something. So if you want to do something and you have a strong or an intense feeling to do it or a strong desire to do it, then you are motivated. Okay, this is a positive adjective. Motivation is very, very positive. Okay, unless your motivation is for something not that is not very good, but that's another thing. Now let's start with one thing. For example, we use this every time we start a new routine. For example, you can say, okay, let's start with the first sentence. If you start a new routine, you can say, I'm motivated. Okay, I'm motivated. Mm, improve my English. Okay, I have a strong desire. I want to do something. Okay, and I have a lot of motivation on doing something. So what is the preposition that we should use here? Okay, what's the preposition that we should use there? What do you think? Okay, I'm motivated to improve my Portuguese. Very good, Ramiro. Good job. I have lost 10 pounds. I feel like very motivated with this diet. Okay. When I learn something new, it makes me feel motivated. Very good, Julie. You have a strong reason for doing something. Yeah, very good. The answer here is to. Okay, we're going to use I'm motivated to improve. Okay, I'm motivated to cook today. Okay, I'm motivated to study harder. Yeah, I'm motivated to practice with my classmates. Okay, every time we have or we have a bear, we use this structure. Okay, to improve, to study, to work. Okay, this is the structure you should use. Okay, to to improve. This is a bear. So if you have a bear, you're gonna use to here. Okay, let's continue with one more sentence here. Okay, let's. Okay, the next one in this case is I'm motivated. Finish. Okay, I'm motivated. Finish my homework. Okay, what's the preposition that we should use there? I always look for something that keeps me. Okay, Iska. I look for something that keeps me being motivated um to do my best. Okay. Or maybe you can say like there, I always look for something that keeps me motivated. It's not necessary to use been there. Okay. Puedes obviar la palabra be. It keeps me motivated to do or to do my best. Okay, perfect. Now, the preposition that we're gonna use here is to. Okay, I'm motivated to finish. Again, we're using here the bear. Okay, so the structure is this: to finish. To finish. Now, let's continue with the next sentence. For example, we can say she's motivated. Okay, motivated. Okay, American English. Okay, motivated. Motivated. Okay. And in the case of British English, I suppose it sounds as motivated. She's motivated. Okay. Da-da-da-da. Her progress. Okay, she's motivated. Her progress. So what's in this case the preposition that we should use there? I'm. They're motivated to finish their university degrees. Ramiro, there. Very good. Okay, they are motivated to build their business in order to get a mm, and better life. To build their business. Yeah, it's okay. It's possible. Okay. For her progress, in her progress, with her progress. No, guys, there is another verb that we can, another preposition that we should use here. Okay, we're gonna use by. She's motivated by her progress. Okay, I'm motivated by your progress. Okay, let's continue with one more thing. Okay, let's continue with Okay, let's continue with he's motivated. Oh, mm, the results. Okay, he's motivated. The results of the test or the exams results. You can also use that. Oh, other possibility because of you can use it. She's motivated because of her progress. Yes, you can use it too, but we're talking about just one word here. Okay. So what's the preposition that we should use here, guys? She's motivated the results of the project, maybe. What's the preposition that you should use? If you are motivated in doing something, then do it. And don't give up till you are satisfied. Yeah, very good. Very good. Okay, we're gonna use this other preposition, okay? by. She's motivated by the results. Okay, again. So if we're using a verb, we can use the preposition to. Okay, to improve, to finish, to work, to study. Now, if we have a noun here, I recommend you to use this preposition by. Okay, I'm motivated by my progress. I'm motivated by the results. I'm motivated by the progress of the project. I'm motivated by the challenges okay, of my career. You can use this a lot. Okay, to and by. Very good. That's what we have here. Now, let's continue with the first sentence, okay? You have to listen to the following sentence and write it down, okay? Listen to the following sentence and write it down 3 times, okay? Before we continue, rápidamente, chicos. Okay, motivated, motivado, motivated, okay? Having a strong desire, tener un deseo muy fuerte por hacer algo, ¿ok? Yes. Keep tapping, guys, please. Dos preposiciones que podemos utilizar, to and by. De allí, si deseas, puedes incluir una estructura más compleja como el because of, por ejemplo. Ah, ok, resultados sobresalientes. Ok, by my high scores, por mis notas, mis puntuaciones altas, por ejemplo. Okay, with my by the high scores. Okay, you could use that. She's motivated to finish my homework. Okay. Oh, they're motivated to finish their homework. Okay, this is a problem. There. Okay, we're gonna use there. Están motivados para mejorar. Okay, están motivados para terminar la tarea. Their homework. Ok, él está motivada por su progreso o debido a su progreso. Ok, él está motivado debido a los resultados o por los resultados. Ok, let's continue with the next sentence. Okay, listen to me, guys, and write it down. Okay, I'm motivated to try again. 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 Well, that's the sentence. I'm always motivated to buy something if, even if I don't need it. Okay, that's the only observation. Even if, incluso si. Okay, good job. I'm motivated to try it again. Yeah, very good. Very good, guys. Let's write it down here. Okay, I'm motivated. Okay, I'm motivated to try again. Okay, I recommend you to use it with the verb to be. Okay, I'm motivated, they're motivated, she's motivated, he's motivated. Okay, it's important to keep. Other possibility you can use, for example, this one. Keep motivated. Okay, it's important to keep motivated, guys. It's important to keep motivated. Oh, Gabriela, thank you. How are you doing? Okay, perfect. Okay, very good. She's motivated to get better in English. Okay. Good job. Good job. Yes, please remember to keep tapping, guys. Okay, chicos, no se olviden de darle tap tap a la pantalla. Aquí en YouTube, por favor, no se olviden de darle al corazoncito también para compartir. Ok. Y Recuerden también, estoy leyendo por aquí el chat, también pueden participar para poder leerlos. Okay, hello, hello. Okay, it's important to keep motivated. Okay, when you're working out or when you're looking for an objective or trying to reach an objective. Tiago, hello, welcome. Great to have you here. Thank you very much. Okay, Royce. Okay, keep motivated. It's important to keep motivated. Keep yourself motivated. Okay, or keep your family motivated. Keep your children motivated. No? It's important to keep your children motivated. Okay, it's important to keep yourself motivated. Well, let's continue with the next adjective here. Okay, adjective number two. Okay, where's the other marker? Okay, perfect. Okay, guys, what does annoyed mean? Annoyed. What does annoyed mean, guys? I'm gonna erase this again. I'm gonna write this again. Okay, annoyed. What does it mean, guys? Motivated. What was the sentence? Oh, to try again. Mm. To try again. Ok, estoy motivado a continuar, intentar otra vez, ¿no? I'm motivated to try it again. Perfect. Okay, annoyed. What does annoyed mean, guys? Yes, here we have slightly, okay, slightly angry. Okay, annoyed and angry are synonyms. Or irritated. Okay, so this is something very common when you feel uncomfortable. Okay, when you feel uncomfortable. Let me erase this. If there is a situation where you feel uncomfortable, it's a possibility that you're going to get annoyed. Okay, get annoyed. Very good. Okay, welcome everyone. Nice to have you here. Okay, thank you very much for being here. Oh, sorry. What's all? I don't understand. Something that irritates you. Yes, irritated, irritated. Okay, guys. Now let's start with some things here. For example, we can use the following thing. Okay, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. Okay, I'm annoyed. Mm, the noise. Um, it's very noisy. Now, I'm angry or I'm annoyed or I'm irritated. Okay, I'm annoyed. The noise. What's the preposition that we should use here, guys? What's the preposition that we should use here? Okay, we can use by. Yeah, we can use by. Here, for example, there are different options, okay? We can use I am annoyed by the noise. Or we can use here with. Okay, I'm annoyed with the noise. Okay, I'm annoyed at the noise, other possibility. Okay, or I'm annoyed by, yeah, it's also possible. Okay, but in this case, we're gonna talk about something that is happening right now. For example, I'm annoyed here, his interruptions. Okay, if someone is interrupting or keeps interrupting a lot of time, you can use this annoyed. Okay, annoyed. So we can use this a lot. Okay, we can use here by. I'm annoyed by his interruptions, or I'm annoyed with his interruptions. So, guys, you can use with, at, or by. Okay, at is not very common. The most common ones are with and by. Yeah. Now, in this case, we're gonna use one more thing. What if I say, for example, I'm annoyed, mm, mm, my family. I'm annoyed, my family, guys. What's the preposition that we should use there? Okay, very good, very good. Okay, Royce, I'm gonna give you a give me a second, please. Now, here we're gonna use with. So, what's the difference, guys? In the case of things like this, the noise or interruptions, we can use with and by the same way. But when we're talking about people, okay, it is better to use with, okay? We use with for people. So we have a noun here, and we have a noun. So you can use annoyed with or annoyed by, okay? But if you're talking about people, we're gonna use only with. That's the only difference. Okay, that's the only difference. One more example here. What if I say, okay, she's annoyed, the teacher. So what's the preposition that we should use there? Okay, what's the preposition we should use? Okay, with the teacher. Yes, guys, that's the answer. That's the answer, guys. Yes, you're right. You nailed it, guys. You nailed it. Okay, so that's how you can use them. Okay. Other possibility is at. Okay, you can use at too. Okay, perfect. With the teacher. Okay, guys. Let's continue with some sentences there. Okay, write your own sentences, guys, using this adjective, annoy. Annoyed. Well, annoyed, molesto, incómodo, ¿ok? Podemos utilizar para hablar de una persona que está ligeramente amarga, ¿ok? No está furiosa, pero está incómoda, ¿ok? Es un poquito menos de angry, un poquito menos. Now, we can use this with two prepositions, with to at. En algunos casos podemos utilizar at. ¿Ok? Chicos, escriban sus oraciones, por favor. Ok. I'm annoyed. Ok, estoy molesto con la bulla. Ok. I'm annoyed. Estoy molesto con la bulla. ¿Ok? O estoy molesto por sus interrupciones. Interrupciones, perdón. Gabriela, thank you so much for your gift. ¿Ok? Podemos utilizar ambos para cuando algo te molesta. Algo te molesta, ¿ok? Ahora, I'm annoyed with my family. Estoy molesto con mi familia. Ok, pues estoy molesto con el profesor. Ok. En este caso, la única opción sería with. Ok. Esta sería la única opción que les recomiendo utilizar. Ok. Ahora, la otra opción sería at, que es si es que estás. No es tan común at, pero sí se puede utilizar también, ¿no? Por ejemplo, puedes decir, I'm annoyed at the noise, ok, or I'm annoyed at the teacher, pero no es la primera opción, ok. Tenemos estas opciones que es más. Ok, very good, very good. I'm annoyed by the traffic. Uh-huh, very good. I'm annoyed by the fact that I have no idea what to do about it, okay. I'm annoyed with the traffic jam. Yes. Many people get annoyed by their actions and their behavior. Okay, very good. Okay, very good. And by as a preposition. Well, in this case, it indicates like the source. In this case, the source of your anger. She's annoyed with her boyfriend. Yes, very good, Santiago. Good job. She's annoyed with the teacher. It's not a person. What about his? It's not a person. What about his? What his? Ah, no, but his is possessive. This is a person. The noun here is interruptions. It isn't a person. His is just a possessive. It's like my house. If I say my house or your house, it doesn't mean that it is a person. And my house, I'm talking about that. That house is mine. Okay, it's part of my property. That's the idea. Okay, guys, let's continue with the next sentence, please. Listen to the next sentence and write it down. Okay. May annoy with annoy you with my choices. No, in that case, you're annoyed. You're annoyed with my choices, with my decisions. You can use that just then. They get annoyed when the Wi-Fi doesn't work. Okay, that's a good sentence, Kenya. Good job. He's annoyed with that situation. Yes, Julie, it's perfect. I'm annoyed by my sister's behavior at dinner time. Okay, Racy, good job. I'm annoyed with the traffic jam. Okay, perfect, guys. Good job. I like it. Thank you very much for sharing and for following me too. Okay, perfect. The second possibility that we can use here is get annoyed. Very good. Get annoyed. Okay, I get annoyed. I always get annoyed with his interruptions. No? I get annoyed. I'm annoyed at this moment. I'm feeling this. I get annoyed means that like a few seconds ago, it was okay, but now I'm annoyed. Okay, like there is a change of situation. Okay, I always get annoyed with her comments. Right? Perfect. That's the other situation. Leito, hello, welcome. Thank you very much for your words. Perfect. Ok, listo, chicos. Muy bien. Entonces aquí tenemos o la manera de utilizar annoyed, ¿ok? Y también de get annoyed, ¿no? Que sería molestarse o enojarse, ¿ok? Que te da a entender un cambio de situación. Okay, guys, listen and write the following sentence. Okay, let's see. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm annoyed with him for being late. 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 Candelita, thank you. Thank you very much. Candelita, Candelita, thank you. Thank you for your heart me. Royce, 4. Which one, Daisy, Royce? I'm annoyed for his interruptions. No. Or you can say because of her interruptions. Yes, you can use that. Because of her constant interruptions. I'm annoyed with him for being late. Perfect, guys. Good job. Okay, I'm going to erase this. And now let's start writing this sentence, okay? Yeah, I always get annoyed when somebody gets late to an appointment or to a class too sometimes. Okay, I'm annoyed with him. Okay, I'm annoyed with him or I'm annoyed with him um for being late. I'm annoyed with him for being late. That's the option, okay? That's the way you can use it. Estoy molesto con él por llegar tarde, por su demora. Vamos a escribir un poquito más arriba. I'm annoyed with him for being late, no por llegar tarde o por ser tarde, for being late. Very good, very good. Let's continue with number 3. Number 3, guys. Tun, 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 tun. The next adjective is sensitive. Okay, guys, what does sensitive mean? What does sensitive mean? Okay, we can use this. Him. Ah, yes, 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 you're right. Yes, yes, I'm hungry. Yeah, I forgot the word him. Yeah, I skipped it. Okay, work with him for being late. Thank you very much for that observation. Okay, what the sensitive? Sensitive mean? Sensitive. Okay, we can say here, for example, uh, when okay, being emotional or physically affected, no? Okay. Here, we're going to talk about emotions, okay? We can talk about number one. If you're an emotional person, you are sensitive, okay? If you are too emotional, you're a sensitive person. And number two, we're talking about physically affected. It means that uh, maybe you are very delicate. No? For example, I have a sensitive skin. It means that my skin is very delicate. Okay, it's very delicate. I'm very thin skin. Okay. Yeah, I have a sensitive skin, or my skin is very sensitive. No? Other possibility. It means that your skin is very delicate. Okay, that's the meaning of this. I'm sensitive when I get up very early. Okay, Rosie, really? Who can get offended easily? Okay, that's a possibility too when you're very, very emotional. Okay, this adjective, we saw teacher. No, we didn't saw this adjective. We didn't see that adjective. We studied sensitive, sensible. You gotta be careful with that sentence, okay? Thank you very much, teacher. Sorrow, English. Hello, how are you doing? I've seen some of your videos. It's very nice. Okay, I've watched some of them. You have very great content too. So great to have you here. Okay, what else? He's annoyed. He's annoyed. Okay, perfect. Okay, when he eats cheesecakes. Yes. Okay, very good. He has a sensitive skin. Yes, I'm a sensitive person because I cry when I see romantic movies. Luzmila, good job. I can't help it, but I'm very sensitive. Okay. So very good, but you need to use but. I can't help it, but I'm very sensitive. Okay. Good job. Very good job. You're using some of the phrases that we learned previously. Perfect. I like it. I like it. Okay. So remember, okay, we're talking about when we're talking about sensitive, okay, we're talking about two things, okay? And the first one is when you're emotional, or the second one is when you're physically delicate. Okay, when you're physically delicate, maybe your eyes, maybe your skin, maybe your organs are sensitive. Okay, that's this word comes from sensitivity. Okay, sensitivity when something, for example, you can touch something because, and you can feel it because your fingers are highly, or have a high sensitivity here. Okay, that's the idea. Let's start writing some sentences here. Okay, for example, we can say, we can use this. Number one, I'm sensitive. Okay, I'm sensitive. Criticism. I'm sensitive. Criticism. Guys, what's the sentence that we can use here? Or what's the preposition that we can use here? Okay, asthma, lung. Well, your lungs are sensitive. Okay, when you suffer from asthma. Yeah, I agree. Sensitive people are very difficult to treat. Justin, sensitive people are very difficult to treat. Good job. Okay, Sio Sio, hello. You have a sensitive skin. Very good. Okay, we're gonna use the following preposition, okay? To, to. Okay, I'm sensitive to criticism. Okay, I'm sensitive to criticism. So in this case, this is the reason of being this way. Okay, this is the reason. Okay, criticism is the reason why I feel sad or I feel upset. It's the idea. Okay, I'm sensitive to criticism. Now, let's continue with one more phrase, guys. We can use this. I'm sensitive. Okay, I'm sensitive. Strong, strong smells, like strong perfumes, strong smells. Okay, what do you think about this? I'm sensitive. Strong smells. You smell like perfume, for example, and you start like, no, your nose gets irritated. So what's a preposition that we should use there? Okay, hello. Okay, again, we're gonna use this, okay? To. I'm sensitive to criticism. I'm sensitive to strong smells. Okay, I'm gonna use this. Again, we're gonna use to when we're talking about the source of the problem. Okay, we're talking about this. The problem is criticism. Because of I feel I feel really sad because of criticism. Okay, or criticism makes me sad. Strong smells makes me uncomfortable, maybe, or make my nose to get irritated. Okay, it gets my nose irritated. Okay, so this is the problem. If we're talking about problems, we're gonna use to. Now, what about like the the area? Okay, for example, this she's sensitive. Okay, her work. She's sensitive. Her work. She doesn't like to. Um, she doesn't like to talk about her work. She's sensitive. Her work. I don't know. Maybe she has some problems with her work or something else. Now, what's the preposition that we should use there? I'm sick of small, strong smells. Yes, good job. I'm sensitive to strong pH women. Oh, really? That's very specific. Okay, Calistenia, hello, welcome. I get sensitive when people ask me uncomfortable questions. Okay, Scott, good job. That's a good sentence there. Okay, we're gonna use here about. She's sensitive about. Okay, she's sensitive about her work. That's the preposition we should use. Okay, now it's different. Okay, we're talking about criticism and strong smells. This is the problem of all the situation. But when we're talking about her work is not the problem. The problem is that if someone talks about her work, she gets sensitive. Or maybe she gets sensitive about her family. Her family isn't the problem. Okay, it isn't the problem. Problem is that maybe someone can talk about her family. Okay, that's why we're using here about. Okay, we're talking about the problem, But this is just like the area where she feels a little sensitive. Now, what about this one? Okay, he's sensitive. Mm, his appearance. Okay, what do you think? What's the correct preposition there? Sensitive. A sensitive is an emotional person or a person that is affected physically. Okay, what do you think? What do you think, guys? What's the possible preposition that we should use there? Okay, okay. In this case, we're gonna use about again. She's sensitive about his appearance. Again, guys, this is not the problem itself, no? The problem is that someone start asking about her job, or someone is asking about her appearance. Hey, you look very thin, or you look fat, or oh, something is wrong with your face. So this person gets uncomfortable. Okay, stop talking about that. So we can use here about. Okay, that's the situation. I'm sensitive to strong smells. That's the situation. So, guys, if we're talking about the problem itself, this is the problem. Okay, we're gonna use two. Okay, we're gonna use two. Now, if we're talking about um, a delicate topic, okay, this is a delicate topic. If there is a delicate topic, we're gonna use about. Okay, so for example, she's sensitive about her grandfather. She's sensitive about her grandfather. Okay, why? Because maybe her grandfather died, passed away. And you can say, please don't mention his grandfather or don't mention her grandfather. Okay, because she's sensitive about her grandfather. Okay, his grandfather is very sick or is dead. So don't mention that. Don't mention it. Okay, that's why we use about. If you're talking about the problem, we can use here too. Okay, let's continue with one more sentence. Okay, let's see. What do you think about this? Okay, what do you think? I'm sensitive. Noise. I'm sensitive. Noise. Okay, Gabriela, thank you. So, what is the best sentence there? I'm sensitive. Noise, no, or loud music. When music is very loud, oh, I feel very uncomfortable. Yes, I feel very uncomfortable. So this is a problem. Yes, this is a problem. This is a problem. So we're gonna use two. Okay, I'm sensitive to noise. Yep, I'm sensitive to noise. Okay, that's the idea, guys. We're gonna use these two expressions. Okay, to and about. Okay, teacher, can I use other prepositions? Yeah, it could be possible if you can use with, for example, or by, but it doesn't sound very normal. Okay, it doesn't sound very normal. Okay, it's very similar like in Spanish, ¿no? En español a veces podríamos confundir, o cuando alguien aprende español, confunde a veces las preposiciones. Entonces yo puedo decir, eh, ¿me das esto para comer? Ahora, si tú quieres, puedes decir, ¿me das esto por comer? La persona te va a entender, ¿ok? The person is going to listen to you, but the structure isn't natural, ¿ok? Pero si yo digo, me da esto por cobrar, me da esto para cobrar, la opción sería, perdón, por, ¿no? Por cobrar suena bien, para cobrar, no. Entonces, en inglés es muy parecido. Algunas veces, y es por eso que tienen que aprender e ir leyendo para saber qué preposiciones utilizar, ¿ok? Teacher, I want to use with because with is like, it sounds in my head, with sounds as it is the best option. I want to use with. I'm sensitive with noise. Yes, in your head, in your first language, mind, it sounds perfect. Yes, but it's not. Okay, it isn't the same in English. That's the idea, guys. Okay, people is going to understand you, but you need to continue. You need to continue making your English better. Okay, you need to make your English better. That's the idea. Okay. And number one, it should be accurate. And number two, it should be natural. It should sound natural. Okay. Okay. I'm sensitive to eating chocolate there. Okay. Okay. Or maybe I'm sensitive to chocolate. Instead of eating, I'm sensitive to chocolate. Nothing else, Gabriela. Okay. Okay, I was telling about, well, I've already mentioned that in Spanish and in English too. Okay, please, I know in your mind it could sound good. I'm like, hey, I want to use with, but that's why you always should ask, no? Hey, is it okay if I say I'm sensitive with noise? It could be possible, or I'm sensitive by noise. It sounds perfect in my mind. You need to ask, hey, does it sound good? Perfect. No, it doesn't sound good. You should use all this other preposition. And some people are like, hey, but why? No, this preposition is good for this sentence. Yes, but sometimes you need to adapt to the language. Not the other way around, guys. Okay, not the other way around. Okay, that you keep this in mind. I'm sensitive to spicy food. Okay, very good. Spicy food is perfect. I'm sensitive to chunky food. Okay. Shio, you can send me a message here on TikTok, or you can go to the link on my profile. There you will find my WhatsApp number. Okay, go to the link on my profile. You can find my WhatsApp number. Or you can send me a message here on Instagram. Guys, remember that we have other platforms where you can continue learn English. Okay, you can continue learning English. Sorry. Okay, for example, here on YouTube, we are on YouTube. You can watch the class replay there. Okay, this is class number 3. If you want to watch the previous classes, you can go to YouTube. The name of the channel is Teacher Learning. You can go to Key, or you can go to Instagram. Okay, there you will find my Instagram account with the same name. Yeah, my name is Joser, okay, Joser Pizarro. But if you want to know more about the content I create, You can follow me or you can find me everywhere with this name, Big Teacher and Lydia. Even on Facebook, okay? You can find me with this name, Teacher and Lydia. Perfect. Let's continue with that sentence here, okay? Listen to the following sentence and write it down. Okay, let's see. Okay, my family is sensitive to cold weather. My family is sensitive to cold weather. My family is sensitive to cold weather. I'm sensitive to soda. Yep. Okay. I'm just sensitive. Okay. Now, it depends, guys. It depends. Sometimes when you face difficult situations, even if if you're a sensitive person, difficult situations are going to make you a tough person. Yeah. That's why our parents were very strict, right? Because they faced or they dealt with very difficult situations in their times. Yep. My family nowadays, people say, no, you have to take care of your child. You shouldn't yell at them. Everything should must be perfect with your child. But if you let or if you don't let your child to learn from their mistakes, then this person is going to be very sensitive. When there is a problem, when a problem uh, comes up, then this child is going to say, "Oh no, mom, help me!" No, so it's very important as parents to teach their children not to be very sensitive or to deal with their feelings, no? With their emotions in a better way. That's what we have, no? Emotional intelligence. Okay, my family is sensitive to cold weather. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, guys, let's continue with number four. Frustrated. Let's continue with number four. Okay, guys, frustrated. What does frustrated mean? Okay, all the situations in my life made me only more sensitive than I was before. Really? Yeah. Whoa. That's a little contradictory, but it's okay. It's okay. If you keep being sensitive, then that's how your personality is. No? You shouldn't change, no, because somebody tells you like, "Hey, you need to change that attitude." But yes, let's continue with frustrated, guys. What does frustrated mean? Okay, being annoyed. Okay, being annoyed. Okay. In this case, it's when you're being annoyed when something isn't working. When something, okay, when something isn't working. Okay. Being annoyed when it isn't working. Let's put it, okay? Because I don't have enough space here. When something isn't working. Okay, that's the thing. Frustrated, guys, frustrated. Uh, this is a negative sentence, guys, or this is a negative adjective. Yeah, frustration is something that nobody wants to feel, but sometimes we have to. Well, let's start analyzing this part. For example, we can say, and this is very similar to, in this case, annoyed. Okay, annoyed. We can use we can use it, for example, with the following sentences. Okay, I'm frustrated. Hmm, the situation. I'm frustrated. The situation. What do you think? Unsatisfied. Yes, that's a good sentence too. My dream is to become a vet doctor. Okay, or my dreams of becoming, sorry, my dreams of becoming a vet doctors are over. I feel so frustrated. Okay, what's the difference? Because annoyed is because you're upset. Frustrated is when something isn't working. Like, oh my gosh, I want uh, this project to work and it isn't working. You study, but you don't see any results. So it isn't working. The situation is not what you expected. And then you feel frustrated, unsatisfied. Okay. And in the case of annoyed, is because you're uncomfortable with something. Okay, perfect. I'm frustrated. We can use the first with. Okay, you can use with. I'm frustrated with the situation. That's number one. Okay. Number two, what else can we use here? Okay, I'm frustrated. Mm-hmm. I'm frustrated. Okay. Uh, I'm frustrated. My job. Okay, what's the other thing that you can use here? Okay, we can use with. Now, the second option here is about. Okay, I'm frustrated with the situation. I'm frustrated about the situation. Okay, and this is number two. Okay, about or with. Okay, now again, these are just the topics. My situation is not a problem. Maybe something in my maybe there is a problem in my situation or in my job. Now, if I want to use the direct, okay, direct problem, look at this. Now I'm talking about the specific problem, the lack of opportunities. This is the problem, the direct problem. When I say I'm frustrated about my job isn't a problem. There is a problem in my job. I'm frustrated with the situation. The situation isn't the problem. There is something in the situation that is the problem. Now, here we're going to use by. I'm frustrated by the lack of opportunities. We use by when we're talking about that direct problem. Okay, I'm frustrated because there aren't enough opportunities, right? By the lack of opportunities. Okay, next one. We can use here I'm frustrated. Hmm, the limited options. Okay, again, we're using here the problem. This is the direct problem, the limited options. So we can use I'm frustrated with the limited options. I'm frustrated about the limited options, but the one that is much better here is by. Okay, by. Because again, we're talking about the problems. This is a problem, this is a problem. Okay, problems. Specific problems. Okay, these are the problems. So the best preposition is by. Okay, the best preposition is by. Now, on the other hand, these aren't the problem. Okay, my job isn't the problem. There is a problem in my job. So this case, we're talking about the topics. Now, what if I'm going to give you one more example here? What if I say, for example, if we're talking about people, okay, okay, what do you think? If we're talking about people, my family, what can we use here? Okay, I'm frustrated by the multiple options. Okay, and Avila, problems in general. We're talking about problems in general. Okay, so that one, huh? I'm frustrated. We're gonna use here. Give me a second. Okay, perfect. Here we're gonna use the word with. Oh, I'm frustrated with you. I'm frustrated with myself. Okay, we're gonna use here with. We are going to use this with people. Okay, I'm frustrated about you. Could be possible, but it's not like the best one. Okay, with. If you're talking about with people. If you're talking about the specific problem, try to use by. Okay, try to use by. This is the specific problem. The specific problem. If you're talking about people, you have to use with. Okay, guys, let's continue with the following situation. She's frustrated by the delay of the project. She's frustrated by the delay with the project. Okay. Topics. No, you can use both, Rosie. But if we're talking about topics, situation, I'm I'm frustrated about my country. You can say I'm frustrated with my English. I'm frustrated with or about my English. Or I'm frustrated with my house. Okay. I'm frustrated about my uh, my let's say my salary. Yep. Okay, Deborah. That's a good joke. Thank you. She's frustrated by the delay of the project. Very good, guys. Let's write it down here. She's frustrated. Okay, she's frustrated by the delay of the project. Perfect. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna erase this again. I'm gonna write this again. Give me a second. Guys, remember to keep tapping on the screen. It helps a lot. Help me with the gifts too, the heart me. It helps a lot, guys, ¿ok? Ayúdeme por favor con los regalitos, con los quiéreme por favor para que el live sube en popularidad. Estamos bien abajo. Ok, vamos un poquito bajos en popularidad of the project, okay? Very good. Thank you, Gabriela. Thank you so much. Thanks. Thanks. Okay. Okay, let's continue with number four. Number five, right? Oh, sorry. Okay, number five here is anchor, inspire. Inspired. When do we use the phrase or this preposition? Oh, well, this adjective, inspired. Okay. For example, when. Okay. Mm, okay. Okay. In this case, we're going to use this for feeling motivated to do or create something. Okay, feeling motivated to do or create something. Okay, so sometimes we can feel inspired when um, there's something very motivating. Okay, when we feel motivated, we feel inspired. We feel like, oh, I have a lot of, or maybe you have a lot of inspiration, right? Oh, it would be a good idea if I do this. Yep, because you are inspired. Okay, there is like a desire to do something, no, or to create something. That's how you can use this phrase. Okay, very good, guys. Let's start working with this with this okay, let's say, okay, number one. And it's very similar to sensitive, okay, guys? It's very similar to this. For example, you can say, I'm inspired. Okay, I'm inspired. Okay, I'm inspired. A company. So what does it mean, guys? What do we do? What do we put here? Inspired. She feels frustrated by the delay of her flight. And Julie, flight. Perfect. She feels frustrated. Okay, good job. Thank you so much for your support, guys. To, we're gonna use here the preposition to. Okay, I'm inspired to start a company. I'm inspired to study English harder. I'm inspired to become a doctor. Okay, I'm inspired. Okay, now you can say I I'm inspired. Your words. I'm inspired. Your words. What do we use here, guys? I'm inspired. Your words. Your word. Oh, Rosie, thank you so much for your rose. Okay. Yeah, very close, guys, very close. So what do we use here? Between two verbs, I always use to. Yes, 90% in 90% of the cases, it is perfect. In 90% of the cases, yes. We're gonna use here the preposition by. Okay, so it's very easy. If you're talking about verbs, you use to start, to finish, to study, to create, to become. Now, if you use nouns, you need to use by. I'm inspired by your words. I'm inspired by your story. I'm inspired by your example. Okay, you're gonna use here by. It's very, very simple. Okay, that's the only two prepositions that we should use there. Okay, let's continue with the following sentence, guys. The sentence is okay. I'm inspired by your success. 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 That's the sentence, guys. Okay, good job. Okay, pay attention to the spelling, guys. Okay, pay attention to the spelling. Okay, good job. Let's write it down. It says, I'm inspired. Okay, I'm inspired. Okay, I'm inspired by, okay, by your success. Okay, I'm inspired by your success. Yep. Estoy inspirado por tu éxito. O tu éxito me inspira. Okay, I'm inspired by your success. Okay, that's the sentence here. Very good. Number 6, guys. Number 6. Okay, number 6. Disappointed. Okay, this is a phrase that we're gonna use. Disappointed. Guys, what does disappointed mean? Okay, what does disappointed mean? Disappointed. In this case, is feeling unhappy. Okay, this is feeling unhappy. Oh, feeling happy. Okay, feeling unhappy about. Okay, feeling happy about your expectations. Feeling unhappy about your expectations. Oh my gosh. Give me a second, guys. Okay, feeling unhappy about your expectations. So, when do we use this? Well, if you have high expectations and you don't achieve or you don't reach those expectations or you don't meet those expectations, then you feel disappointed. Yes? When you expect something but it didn't happen, but it doesn't happen. Okay, good job. That's the point of disappointed, guys. Yes, very good. Excellent. Disappointed. So you can feel disappointed with many things, okay? Remember, it depends on your expectations. When you have a high expectation about something, you can feel very excited, no? When this happens. But on the other hand, if this doesn't happen, you are going to feel deeply disappointed. For example, you can say like, I'm disappointed. Okay, one more time. We're gonna use a similar. Okay, I'm disappointed. The results. Okay, I'm disappointed. The results. It's very similar to annoyed. Okay, it's very similar to annoyed and frustrated too. It's very, very similar. We're gonna use here with. Okay, I'm disappointed with the result. Okay, I'm disappointed with the result. Other possibility, I'm disappointed. Oh, Okay, I'm disappointed. Mm. Uh, uh, I'm disappointed. My girlfriend. We're using here a person. Again, the preposition that we're going to use here is with, okay? I'm disappointed with my girlfriend. Okay. You can use also about. I'm disappointed about the situation. I'm disappointed about my job. Yes, or with my job. Yes, you can use this a lot. Now, if you want to talk about specifically the problem, you can use I'm disappointed. Mm, the bad service. So this is the problem. This is the specific problem. Now, what is the preposition that we should use? It's very similar to frustrated. It's very similar to frustrated. I'm disappointed with my date, manners of lunch. Yes, we're gonna use here by, by. Yeah, because it's the problem itself. I'm disappointed with the bad service. Yeah, it's okay. It's possible. I'm disappointed about the bad service. Yeah, it could be possible. But if you're talking about, okay, the specific problem, it is better to use by. I'm disappointed by your not service, no? Or I'm disappointed by the bad service of this hotel. Yep, that's the idea. By. Okay, in the case of the result, yes, it's a little more general because this is not a specific. The results. What happened with the result? Was it positive? Was it negative? Was it very good? What's the idea of the result? So it's not very specific. So in this case, we're using with. You can also say, okay, I'm disappointed with the service. Okay, I'm disappointed with the service, but why? If you're talking about a specific problem, by by the bad service. Okay, you can use it that way. Very good, guys. Listen to the following sentence. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay. They're disappointed with my behavior. They're disappointed with my behavior. They're disappointed with my behavior. I'm disappointed with my behavior. My mother rules, but why would you feel disappointed with your mother rules? It doesn't make sense. You can say like, I feel frustrated by my mother rules. Yes. But again, I'm disappointed with my mother rules because you're not talking about something specific. Okay, so you can use with. I'm frustrated with. I recommend you to use. I'm frustrated with my mother's rules. But why? Okay, they are disappointed with my behavior. Um, by, you can use by my behavior too, okay, both. But again, I'm not being very specific. I'm not talking about how was my behavior. Was my behavior, I don't know, dishonest? Was my behavior rude? Okay, unpolite. What specifically make them feel disappointed? I'm not being specific there. You can use both. Okay, you can use both. But I'm not being very specific here. Okay, they're disappointed. Okay, they're disappointed by or with my behavior, right? My behavior. Let me erase this. Okay, very good, guys. Very good. Let's. No, Royce, you need to be very specific with the behavior. Okay, si estás hablando de, ellos están molestos, están decepcionados por mi comportamiento. No estoy siendo específico todavía. Mi comportamiento en el almuerzo todavía no estoy siendo específico porque lo que tengo que hacer acá es esto, behavior. Yo puedo decir, ellos están decepcionados debido a mi mal comportamiento, debido a mi mal educado comportamiento. Ahí ya estoy viendo más específico, ¿no? Puedo poner, they're disappointed by my, eh, mm, my swearing language, ¿no? My swearing language. Ellos están decepcionados debido a mi lenguaje vulgar. Ahí ya estoy siendo más específico. Ok, ahí sí. In that case, I can use by. Es lo mismo, ¿no? Ellos están decepcionados están decepcionados con mi trabajo. Estoy decepcionado con mi trabajo, pero no estoy siendo específico. ¿Por qué? Estoy decepcionado debido a mi bajo rendimiento. Ahí se puede utilizar, ¿no? I'm disappointed with my or by my low performance. Yes, en ese caso estoy utilizando. Palestina, los demás no estamos utilizando. Ya les mostré los dos, with y by para aquí. Y en el caso de proceso también te recomiendo revisar la repetición para no volver a repetir toda la explicación. Te recomiendo revisarlo allí. Pero en el caso de disappointed ya hemos visto dos, ¿ya? Hemos visto en este caso el with y el by. Ok, with es para cosas en general, ok, o personas, y by para problemas específicos, sino más específico. Okay, the last one. The last sentence is okay. The last one is satisfied. Satisfied? Ah, no, insecure. Guys, the last one is insecure. Insecure, guys. When do we use insecure? Okay. This is the opposite of the person that feels safe, right? Number one, feeling not confident. Okay, feeling not confident. Number two, feeling unsure. Okay, feeling unsure or not good enough. What erase this? So here we're talking about an inner feeling. Okay, you're not confident. Do you remember what does confident mean? Confident means when you trust your abilities, right? When you believe about your abilities. But when you're insecure, you're not confident or you don't feel confident. Okay, so we can use this when, for example, you're doing something that you're not confident about. Let's start with some sentences here, okay? I'm insecure about my accent. I'm insecure about my accent. The preposition that we're going to use here is about. We always use about here, okay? I'm insecure about my abilities. I'm insecure about my skills. Okay, I'm insecure about my new job. I'm insecure about speaking in public. Yep, you can use this a lot when you don't feel confident. Okay, not feeling confident. Is the other way. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what you have to do here is to use this preposition about. Okay, I'm insecure about. So what do we have here? I'm insecure about my vocabulary in English. Okay, she feels insecure when she gets late at home. Um, that is unsafe. Unsafe. Okay, when you're talking about insecurity, yes, you can say unsafe, maybe, no? I'm unsure about my exam results. No, I'm insecure about my exam results. Okay, good job. Hey, Gordon, hello. Good evening. Do you teach individually? Yes, Nins, you can send me an inbox message. I can send you there all the information about my personalized classes and group classes too. Guys, we still have some places for group classes. Chicos, todavía tenemos espacio en los grupos de básico y de intermedio. Si están interesados en formar parte de ambos grupos, ya este último mes del año, si quieren cerrar bien el año hablando inglés, pues mándenme un mensajito para enviarles toda la información. Si en caso desean unirse al grupo de básico o avanzado. ¿Ok? Son clases de mínimo 10 personas o de máximo 10 personas. ¿Ok? Y así que ya sea a nivel básico o intermedio, es importante que le saquen provecho a este tipo de clases. Así que más información al link sobre los horarios, los costos y todo lo demás. Ok, perfect. Ok. Unsafe, insecure, este es insecure. Unsafe and insecure. Y después tenemos unsure también, ¿ah? Unsure. Ok. Insecure, puede ser físicamente, ¿no? Insecurity, we're talking about insecurity. When people is like, there is crime on the street, there's a lot of crime on the streets, we can say, oh, I feel insecure. Physically insecure, okay? That's number one, insecure. And number two, lack of confidence. Okay, feeling lack of confidence. Okay. Tun, 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 tun. Um, Ponyo, I think I'm C1. C2 is a very difficult level to reach. Could be possible too. Okay, I think I don't say C2 because I think there's a lot of things I need to learn. So C1. I've taken the Michigan exam 10 years ago, and it was C1 level. Okay. I'm insecure about my future. Yes. I'm insecure. I feel insecurity about my decision. Yeah, I feel insecurity, but it's in English, it doesn't sound very natural. I feel insecure, maybe. Huh? I like your content. Okay, well, great to have you here. Very good, guys. Listen to the following sentence and write it down. Okay. The last sentence is he's insecure about his relationship. He's insecure about his relationship. He's insecure about his relationship. I feel insecure if I'm going to finish this Friday. No, I wouldn't use that way. Maybe you can say, I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this project. It's much better. I'm not sure. Okay, that's my recommendation. Okay, Andres Reyes, hello, welcome. Thank you very much for being here. Okay, he's insecure about his relationship. Yes, that's very common, right? Especially if you've been in a relationship for a lot of time or you see some red flags in your relationship, you can say, I'm insecure about my relationship. My partner is acting mm, awkwardly, it's a little strange. Yes. Yeah, okay, let's start. He isn't acting normal. Something is happening. Okay, I feel it. Okay, insecure. It means to, as we mentioned here, right? I'm insecure, or he's insecure. Okay, he's insecure about his relationship. Okay, guys. Well, that's all that we're gonna do for today. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you can continue improving your English. Okay, take a screenshot, and that will be all that we're gonna do for today. Thank you so much. Oh, Gabriela, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, we reached 55K. Thank you. Okay, guys. I'm gonna say goodbye here. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. Remember to like the video, write a comment, teacher. I learned this new vocabulary today or in this class. And please remember to leave a comment so I can I know or say I can know if you're